future for Ukraine, will be the favourite for my money here. She's in great form this year, and I think as far as Charlene Thomas is concerned, she'll be the athlete she'll be most worried about here. Some good athletes, including the European champion Nuria Fernandez, running for Spain as well. So they're the two big names alongside Britain's representative here, and it's good to see Charlene back. Really only had one fast race she's been able to get involved in. The weather hasn't been too kind back home, certainly up until this point in the season, but a 4.6 clocking at Watford in a very dominant performance from Charlene Thomas showed that she's more than capable of coming into this race and running well, and good to see her back in a British vest. And you could see, I think, how much it means to her to be back competing and running freely again. She's taken benefit of some of the offers that have been made to British endurance athletes, trips to altitude. I know how much she and others enjoyed the training camp in Kenya and has really benefited from that, and has had a good start to the season. So let's see what she can do here.
Sara Moreira of Portugal leads them through the finishing line for the first time in this race, and the ominous Spaniard there in around third place. Charlene Thomas, I just wonder, the athlete there just inside the Spaniard, how much she'll be thinking about the possibility of getting a World Championship A standard, certainly in the next few weeks, so that the pressure of the trials and achieving a standard as well as winning a race there, or certainly coming in the first two, would be important for selection for Daegu in Korea, which is running well here in fourth place. But still being led, sorry, Crammy, by Sara Moreira of Portugal, and you would expect that at this stage in the race.
Well, Moreira ran the steeplechase yesterday, and really has been asked to do a job for her team here, and she's not going to be quick at the end, and is just trying to make a reasonable pace. But 66 is no problem for the 1500 metre specialist here. Look at Fernandez rocking and rolling a little bit, not sure she's in super shape, but Mashenko in the blue of Ukraine has been in great form this year. Also watch out for the likes of Adis, the Polish athlete just on the inside. She is not running that well this year, but could well be a danger. And Martinova of Russia just at the back of that group there, you can see finished took a medal at the European Indoor Championships this year, so she's obviously going to be no slouch. As this pace is just dropping again. There was a 66 first lap. Let's see what they go through 800 in. Well, they see a 67 second lap. So Moreira not really able and strong enough to push on, so somebody's got to pick this up here because it's a little bit too slow. And you can see there Fernandez just moving up, Mashenko spotting the danger, and then Kariva of Belarus, the tall figure on the outside. Charlene Thomas just a little box, and if I was her on this lap, I'd be thinking about getting out from that position at this point.
Well, the athlete who's boxed in at the moment back in fourth place is Denise Krebs, German indoor champion. And Moreira is still there. A gutsy race in view of the fact she had 7.5 laps of the track yesterday. And Mashenko, almost on cue when you were talking about the athletes, and Adis there, the Polish athlete, just come into contact, I think, with Charlene Thomas, as the pace now beginning to increase at the bell. The Belarusian lead. Charlene Thomas is still in that leading group.
Fernandez has got the inside, and Charlene Thomas made 2 or 3 attempts to elbow her way out, got pushed back into the group, is now at the back of the group there, but she's still fairly close to the front, and then she knows she's got to get out round that back straight. Martinova's right in front of her, the tall Russian, but it's Fernandez at the front. Kariva's just giving her a little bit of a nudge, and they're pushing and bumping all over the place. Mashenko's in third, and she's quick in the home straight, but Charlene Thomas now in a good position to strike at last. Fernandez, a European champion, in the lead. Mashenko now starting to go on the outside from Ukraine, and then Martinova, the Russian, is moving into third. Thomas looking for some room on the inside. Can she get through? She has done. So the big names all out in front here. Fernandez looking as though she's struggling. Martinova's a danger, and Charlene Thomas, can she pick up 1 or 2 of these ahead of her? It's Mashenko in the lead. Martinova and Charlene Thomas is right there. Can she find some room between them? Martinova, the Russian, Charlene Thomas looking to get ahead of her. Now she's coming through. Charlene Thomas is going to get maximum points for Great Britain. Wins it in 4.6.86. What a run. All over the place, in and out, down the back straight, found some room, and then again in the home straight, was close enough to strike. And there are some big scalps ahead of her. Mishenko's been winning Diamond League races. Martinova is a European indoor bronze medalist. And Charlene Thomas, well, she said it's good to be back. And she's back in style, isn't she? What a win. That's a big surprise.
I'll tell you what, the commentary box here was going absolutely crazy with Charlene Thomas trying to find a way through. But nobody was cheering louder than the guy who made the predictions. And Charlene Thomas has totally blown that prediction apart by Mark Butler. And nobody really could have expected that. There was a lot of bumping and boring there by Edis of Poland, who's twice been a European Cup winner at 1500 meters. And now Charlene Thomas, just inside the Belarusian, manages to glide past her, but then she's got the very tall Russian athlete Martinova there as well. Martinova goes past Charlene. And then Mishenko, who we all thought was going to be a danger right from the spot. Then another little gap appears there. Charlene at the moment out in lane 2, goes ahead of Mishenko. And everybody else is fading. The Briton coming on strong, yes. 12 massive points there for the British team. Well done.
Well, the one thing about Charlene Thomas is when she's in shape, she can finish really well. She can do a lot of damage in races that particularly run at this sort of pace. I think the big question for her going forward in this season is how fast can she run? Can she get down to the sort of 4.1s and 4.2s that will really make her competitive when she gets into the championships? But in rounds and races, we've seen her, of course, the UK championships do this in the past. And here at the European Team Championship, that's a big win for her. That will give her huge confidence, because these, as I said, some of these athletes are good names on the world circuit at 1500 meters. Well done. She's coached by her husband up in Leeds, and I'm sure all of her training group will have been jumping up and down and enjoying that performance. She was in and out, as I said, but she took the gaps when they came, didn't panic. That's all.